Peace and welcome back to our channel.
In this week's video, we are going to be talking to you about our top tips about van builds and what not to do when building your van.
And also we will be discussing the things we have changed already in our van and answering a few of your questions from our Instagram.
Let's go. So those of you that have watched our van build series, you'll see that we were not pros when it came to building our van, and we literally winged it. There's so much that you can learn on YouTube, so we recommend going on and watching our van build series, but also other people's, just to kind of get an idea of different layouts that you may want and just learn along the way. However, we have found already 8 months into living in this full time, there's a lot of things that we would change if we were to ever build another van, and there's already things that got on our nerves that much, we've already changed them. So I'm going to show you a few examples. The very first thing we had to adapt was, you may have remembered we popped in some incredible drawer sliders because we really wanted to be able to have our cupboards fix in and lock. When we go around corners, then they won't come out flying. Well, we were completely wrong. Because our drawers are so heavy duty, no matter what hinge we used, they were always going to come flying out. We had to add these ones in here just for added security because they just kept flying open and our stuff was going everywhere. So one top tip from me is to pop these in no matter what your kitchen build is, because most likely doors are going to go flying as they go around the corner. Many of times have I had to climb through that escape hatch that we built to come and rescue the drawers, especially our pantry. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not paying you enough attention?
Filming when you have a dog can be an absolute pain in the ass. So first of all, we've just got to get him sorted, get him settled down, and then once he's settled, we'll be able to carry on with the YouTube video.
Another thing we changed was we did have a beautiful fruit basket here that used to be like a little hanging hammock, and as much as we loved the way it looked and it always looked so pretty in all of the pictures, whenever we were driving this van, we would go around the corner and it would start to swing and the apples and the oranges just went absolutely everywhere, and most of our fruit were ruined because they were bruised. So as you can see, we have removed the fruit basket and now we just keep the fruit in a basket that we sometimes put up here or we put away when we're driving. And the last thing we changed was we did have a clear plastic door here. Those of you that watched the last episode of our van build series, you would have seen the struggle it was for me to get that door in here after we finished building this bus. It was just too annoying, it was too restrictive, and it actually gave us less space to be able to get in and out. So we decided to go for a curtain rail instead, which is absolutely beautiful and it does the trick.
So my top tip for anyone who is building a van, the advice I do give people is, if you are going to use the cladding you have on the wall, we have on the ceiling, do not use 8mm stuff, because we used the 8mm and once we were in Europe in the 40-degree heat, the 35-degree heat, it started to really widen up, so we had loads of gaps and it just looked really messy. So where we had painted them in the winter, it looked amazing, looked really good, but in the end we just were getting some really big gaps in here and you could see the wood that we hadn't painted. So this summer, once we got back from Europe, we had to go over it again and give it another lick of paint. So yeah, my bit of advice is use maybe 10mm or 12mm cladding if you are going to do it. I know you have got the issue with weight, and if you are struggling you could just use a sheet of plywood and then with a router go through it and like give it that lined effect if that's the look you're going for.
So as you can see, we have changed a few things since we moved into the bus. But now we're going to tell you our 5 tips of when it comes to building your van. Number 1 is have a plan. Go onto YouTube, go onto Pinterest and look at all the amazing different layouts that you can have for your home on wheels. Take your time to work out the things you do like, the things you don't like, and come up with a general layout for what you want to do, because when it comes to buying that van, once you've got it insulated, it's going to move you so much quicker into getting your build done properly. And work out what's important for you, because what works for some people may not work for you. you. For example, when we were building this van, we knew that we wanted to have a toilet and a shower inside because we knew we were going to be taking this all around Europe to colder climates, and we might not necessarily want to have a shower outside all the time. We also really wanted to have a fixed bed and a seating area separate. So just work out what is important for you and work from there.
Top tip number 2 is make sure you know where you want each electrical point in your van. Where do you want your lights? Where do you want your plug sockets? Where are all your appliances going? Because me and Sam, we didn't do that. We had actually built some of our walls. We had no plug sockets in or anything, so we had to try and feed the wires in behind the cladding, in through behind the plyboard, and obviously once you've got all your insulation, all that in place, yeah, it gets really, really difficult. So tip number 2, make sure you know where you want everything and get all your electrics ran before you start putting walls up.
Tip number 3 is to plan all of the appliances you're going to have. So if you know you're going for a cooker, if you know you're going for which fridge you want, what sink you want, and get everything ordered as soon as possible. So many times when we were building that van, we had to wait for deliveries, or we were getting ahead of ourselves and realised that we were ready to move on to the next stage, but we couldn't because we were waiting for deliveries of certain things. Even once you know what kind of wood you're going to be using, or all of your solar panels and your electrical systems, once you know exactly what you want to use, get everything ordered as soon as possible, even if you're way off that part of your van build, just because you do not want to do what we did and have weekends and weekends put off just because you're waiting for deliveries.
Tip number 4, be prepared for things to take longer than you actually think they're going to take. Because there was times me and Sam would be working the weekend, we were like, right, we'll have that done, we'll have that done, we'll have that done, and really we wouldn't even get the first thing finished. And also be prepared that things aren't always going to go smoothly, because we had to redo our kitchen. We built it once, it wasn't made very well because that was my original idea. Sam did some research and then we decided, yeah, we know what we're doing now. So we had to build that again. So that set us back a weekend. So yeah, not everything's going to go to plan straight away. Patience will be your best friend throughout your whole van build.
And tip number 5 is enjoy the journey. Oh my God, guys. I can't tell you how much time I spent wishing the van build away because I was getting so impatient. I wanted to be finished. I just wanted us to go out and be able to enjoy it. But the truth is, now that we're living in it full time, you actually miss the van build.
The amount of times I've said to Sam, let's buy another van, let's do another build. I just feel like you feel that need just to be like doing another one. And the thing is, you learn so much from the first one.
Yeah.
The second one, you know you're going to do things so much better.
The bug is real.
Yeah.
There is a real bug for van builds, so enjoy the journey. Every time there's a problem, just think of us and remember that you're going to look back and it's going to be the times that you loved, the times that you learnt something new, and overcome problems and challenges. It's part of the fun, it's part of the journey. We look back now, we laugh, we giggle.
Oh God, yeah.
We miss actually doing stuff to the van.
And what you just said, there's parts in the van you'll always look at and you'll think, oh, I remember doing that, that was a pain in the ass. Or you'll find things and think, oh, that bit was quite easy actually. So yeah, just enjoy it, embrace it.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
It's all about the journey, not the destination, and just enjoy every single second. So now we've given you some top tips and shown you what we've already changed in our van already. We are going to go and take Fletcher for a nice walk on the beach now, and then we're going to sit down later on with a cup of tea and answer a few of your questions. We asked on social media and we asked on last week's video if anyone had any questions about our life, about van life, and we've got a couple that we've chosen that we're going to answer later on. So yeah, let's go to the beach.
It is an absolutely beautiful day today. It's busy, there's loads of dogs. Fletcher is having the time of his life.
You're still wearing shorts in November?
Shorts in November. Sun's out means you gotta wear shorts, isn't it?
It is lush in that sunshine when the wind dies down.
When the actual sun's out, it's nice.
Yeah.
As soon as that sun goes behind a cloud, it's chuffing. going to have to go to that pub back there. They got a nice big fireplace. We can go and sit there with a nice coffee. That'll be good. Thank you so much.
Could I grab a J2O? Have you got an orange and passion fruit one? Thank you. Could we also grab some doggy sausages, or is that not available yet?
Yeah, that's fine.
Amazing.
Perfect, thank you. So, Fletcher has 3 sausages in a pub for his lunch, and I'm sat here eating cold baked beans. Van life, baby!
Does anyone else think cold baked beans is just disgusting? Please let me know in the comments. This is a discussion that we have all the time, and he can just eat cold beans.
So, in other words, if you are a fan of cold baked beans, let us know in the comments. Is it a vote for Chris?
I can't even smell
Cold
them.
baked beans.
I can't even smell
Sam,
them.
no beans.
Go away.
Cold baked beans.
I'm just making us a quick cup of tea. You're good.
Thank you, darling. So, the advantage of living in a van, how are you going to get around to my side? 1, 2, 3.
Yes!
She made it.
I mean, small, tiny space to move around in can get difficult when you've got a massive tripod in the way.
And your table up.
Are you alright there, Fletch? Always wanting to get in the middle.
Always.
Bless you. So, just to finish off this video, we asked you guys on social media and on our video last week if you have any questions for us. And we got a couple of questions that come in. So, let's start off with the first question, and that is, where are you heading next?
We are heading back to Europe!
So those of you will know, I hope you've checked out our Europe series because we had so much fun. We went over to 7 different countries in the van already. And those of you will know that with the whole Brexit thing, you can only spend 90 days in Europe, and then you have to be out of the Schengen area for 90 days. And this time we chose to come back.
That's the easiest way to explain that, by the way, because there'll be people saying like, oh, you can do this, you can do that, but no, that's the easiest way. 90 days in, 90 days out, it's done then.
So we had to come back to the UK, which worked out really well because we had loads and loads of commitments. Over the last month, we've been doing weddings, we've been...
Stag do's.
Oh, friends' birthdays, someone's
My
30th. So yeah, we've been really, really busy. I'm just waiting out, to be honest with you, until we're allowed back into Europe.
Literally
again.
counting down those days. But yeah, we're going to head over there. We want to go to Belgium. We want to do a lot of Germany because we cannot wait to see the Christmas markets.
Yeah, we're so looking forward to getting a little bit festive this year.
Yeah, all the lights is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully get a bit of snow.
In the long run, what we'd like to do is do Germany, Belgium, France this time. Then when we come back to the UK in kind of like end of January, February time, we want to go up to Scotland, spend a few months up
Yeah,
there. We've
that'd be
been
quite cool.
massively wanting to do van life up in Scotland ever since we took this on full time. And then when we're allowed back into Europe again, which will be April, May, June, or kind of around that time, we are going up to the Scandinavian countries.
Yes, we're going to go and see Norway, Finland, Sweden, loads of countries like that. So that's going to be really cool as well.
I'm so excited.
I know. Oh, it looks spectacular. When we were like, before we'd even gone full time in van life, we would sit there on the telly just watching videos of Norway. And we were like, that's the dream. Like, that is the dream. That's what we're going to go and get.
Norway has been that kind of ultimate
Yeah.
place that we want to get to with van life, isn't it? And yeah, so that is our plan, guys, over the next kind of 6 months. But who knows? With van life, it can change at any time.
We change our mind every day, where we're going, what we're doing. So yeah, we cannot wait to take you guys with us along the way, follow the journey, and yeah, just see all the amazing things we're going to see.
So that is where we're heading next.
Next question is, how long do you think the van will be your permanent home?
You're trying to get down,
Wow.
Fletcher. How long is the van going to be our permanent home? Oh my god, how long is a piece of string?
Your guess is as good as ours on that one.
We don't know, to be honest, the answer of that.
As we were saying, life can change so quickly and so fast.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we're just going to embrace every moment we get to spend in the van, go and see the places we really want to see.
Yeah.
I suppose it'll come to a time where we're like, we want either because we'll probably still be in the van. We'll probably end up just shipping the van to where we want to take it.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, like there's so many places that we would love to ship the van over to places like Canada and
do America down to like South America. That would be a really cool trip as well.
It's so hard to say because we do absolutely love it. You know, it's a massive thing that you have to adapt to when you first do it. But for both of us, you know, as you guys will know, that we had to give up our full-time careers to do this. We do work online, so we do earn an income on the road, which is amazing, and we're so grateful for that.
Yeah.
But we did have to give up massive commitments and, you know, take a big risk doing this lifestyle that we always know that it was going to be just for 12 months.
Oh yeah, it was always going to be a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was too big a sacrifice to then go back 6 months later and say, okay, we're going to go find a job now. So yeah, we wanted to make sure it was sustainable and long-term for us.
Yeah, so the answer to that question is, I don't know.
No.
We love van life. There's so many places we want to take it. We want to take it over to Turkey.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
You know, so just for however long we can sustain it, really, and both be happy and healthy.
As long as we can sustain it and as long as we're happy.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
As long as you can live in a small space.
Yeah. Going on to the next question, let's go to what's your least favourite and your favourite thing about van life. So shall we start with our least favourite?
Okay.
What would you say yours is?
As it's my job, I'd say emptying the toilet. I'm not going to lie. It's not a glamorous job. Not everyone... You don't even do it, so not everyone's going to like it.
I've never done it.
So yeah, that is my least favourite thing. But it's got to be done. It's part of van life. I knew that when we come in here. We have got a chemical toilet, by the way. So we have to find one of the spots and you see it all splash out everywhere. So yeah. What about yours? What's your least favourite? Least.
I think my least favourite is, because you're living in a small space and you still have quite a little bit of stuff, like, it just gets quite untidy and unorganised very quickly, and I'm a very tidy person. I like everything to look nice and neat. But saying that, you know, that was a bugbear of mine when we lived in our 3-bedroom house. You know, it was so much to keep on top of, to tidy it and clean it. And I just remember being there on a Saturday thinking, I've worked all week and all I seem to be doing right now is doing the cleaning, the laundry, you know, this
and
is
I am very grateful for you doing that, because I was off playing golf.
Yeah, you were.
I was
But I loved it. That's just the way I am.
Yeah.
I would say that's been my hardest thing to adjust to, is the fact that you do have stuff everywhere and you cannot have your van looking absolutely immaculate all times of the day. It doesn't take nowhere near as long to clean and upkeep a van, but you're just doing it a little bit more frequently. So I think that's my hardest thing. But favourite parts about van life, what would you say your favourite part is?
My favourite part of van life, it's going to sound so cliche, but it's literally being able to move your van wherever you want, whenever you want. That's what we found. That's where we first fell in love with it in New Zealand. We were literally chasing the sun in New Zealand when we were in the van. Being able to move it wherever we want. Like today we've come down to a beautiful beach today. Fletcher's had the best time on the beach. That's why he's totally chilled. So for me, it is literally the being able to move it anywhere we need to. Yeah.
Wherever. Yeah. I think mine is the coziness of it. Yeah. So when you're in here and everything's tidy and, you know, you're parked up somewhere beautiful, like right now we can see the sea from this window, and you can make a cup of tea, you know, of an evening, you can pull your blinds down, we put our candles on, we put Netflix on. It's just so cozy and it's just such a lovely way of life. I love how, you know, you are forced to be really present in the moment, which is I think something that we found really hard to adjust to, wasn't it? When we first moved in.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you're not used to having all this time to be able to do whatever you want. So yeah, just being in the the present moment, and I think when you're busy doing like a normal lifestyle, working 9 to 5, you're very much thinking about the future, like, oh, I can't wait till Friday, I can't wait till my next holiday. And I just love van life. Just makes you enjoy every single day. It makes you appreciate the little things. When you go to your parents' house, so you can literally just hit that flush on that toilet, or, you know, run some water and not think about filling up your tank below.
Have a longer shower, not having to run out of water.
You know, even just like general waste systems at house where you can just put everything in the bin. Here we've got to think about our rubbish. Like, you just appreciate so much more
100%,
when you live this lifestyle, and it just makes you really grateful for the little things. So our final question is, how much does van life cost you a month with 2 people and a dog? So
that's going to be different for everyone.
Yes.
So for us personally, you were on the you were bookkeeping, weren't you? You knew all of our records.
When we went to Europe, I really wanted to keep on top of our expenditure and find out what we were spending, because I thought, like, A, it would be really good for us to know, and B, I wanted to be able to share with you guys if you were thinking about going to Europe, so you can get a little bit of a rough idea. And I kept track of, like, all of our fuel, you know, how much we were spending on food in different countries.
Literally everything. Like activities.
All the luxury. But I must admit, because it was our first time in Europe, it's a really, really hard one to be able to share with you guys, because it wasn't sustainable. You know, we were probably spending average between £1,500 to £2,000 a month.
That much?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even more in certain countries, because we were kind of treating that Europe trip as like our honeymoon period where, you know, it was our very first trip. We just kind of made this huge change in our life.
I suppose we were moving really fast as well. We were going from like country to country, so we were drinking fuel from place to place, weren't we?
Some weeks we were spending like £200 a week on fuel, just because of the amount we were like traveling. It was crazy money, but we knew that sustainably this wasn't going to be the way that we wanted to continue to live. And then obviously being back home, you know, we don't drive as much at the moment. We're not spending so much on fuel. Our outgoings a month is around £300 for, you know, all the bog standard
like your
bills,
phone, our Netflix, and
Fletcher's insurance,
our insurance, the van insurance.
Yeah, it's about £300 a month for like our bills that come in every single month that we know. £300 is that. And then obviously you've got fuel and everything on top of that.
Every time you eat out, every time you have a coffee.
And we like our food.
Too much eating out, because you see the restaurant and you're out and about. Normally you've left the van for a bit and you've gone for a nice hike and you're like, oh, a cafe, just what I need. And then you go and eat.
Like, for example, this morning we come to the beach,
like we do,
and we've had a beautiful walk on the beach. It looks so lovely out there, like the blue sky and the sunshine right now. But we've had a lovely walk on the beach this morning, and then Chris was like, babe, there's a little pub over there called the Smuggler's Inn. It's got a fire in there.
It's got a fireplace. That's what I love. You go in there, you sit down by a fireplace. We only had a coffee. Fletcher ate. We didn't even eat. We were good in there.
So just an example, you know, we come to these places and
we spend money.
Are high maintenance, and we just I'm stuck on your head now. We very much live life to the full.
We do,
So we're not very good at giving advice to people about spending money.
So to sum it all up, spend what you need to spend.
Spend what you can afford to spend.
That's it. Enjoy
Don't ever
every
take
minute.
advice from us. Any friends and family will say to you that if we're around you and you ask us whether you should do something, chase your dream, buy this particular thing you've been thinking about, we always say do it.
You would have done it by the time we've left.
Work out how it's all going to figure out after you've done it. That's very much how we live our life, which is we love it.
It's catch-22, but we love. Yeah, it's not for everyone. The way we live isn't for everyone.
No, but I think if I was to actually figure out how much we spend a month, if we look at our bank statements and tell you how much it costs to be living in a van,
you'll probably find it's cheaper if you stay in your house at home.
But a better organised,
van lifer,
thrifty lifestyle is coming your way at some point. So yeah, I think that was all the questions, wasn't it, that we had through. So we hope that you've kind of took something from that, or maybe learnt something about us that you
or we've inspired you to go and get the van, go and live on the road.
But yeah, we wanted to create this video just to kind of give you a little bit of a background of what we would change about our van build and answer your questions as well. So lots of amazing content coming up. We're in the middle of getting ready to head to Europe again,
which is going to be so different.
I know, it's going to be incredible, but stay tuned guys. We really hope you've enjoyed this video. We really appreciate you supporting our channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
See ya!